Passage number 29. Brady comments. Mr. Chairman, sir, I have listened very carefully to the comments made by the honorable members on the finance bill as well as the other aspects of the budget. In my reply, I shall try to cover the more important points made by the honorable members. They have made useful suggestions and also raised valuable questions on policy. As I said earlier in this session, this first budget of ours had to be prepared at a time when allocations proposed for different ministries had been made and they had started working on that basis. Therefore, the scope for giving a new direction was limited if there was to be no wastage of scarce resources. Nevertheless, sufficient changes were made to make clear the direction in which we intend to move and would move in the coming years. The valuable suggestions made by the honorable members will certainly be useful in framing our next budget, and I may say within a matter of weeks we shall be working on it. As I said in my budget speech, our intention is to give primary importance to agriculture because we feel that is the only way in which we can solve the problems of poverty and unemployment. Not only have I allocated more resources in this budget, that I have no doubt in my mind that I shall allocate larger and larger resources in this prime objective in future. I wonder why the leader of the opposition feels that we shall not be prepared or be able to do this. The fact that it was not done previously has persuaded him to believe that it really cannot be done, and that is not surprising, for he has admitted that it is only now when he is free from office that he has had time to think. I have said again and again that primary importance to agriculture does not mean neglect of industry. Modern industry is absolutely necessary in certain sectors for overall growth, and the government will certainly give its due attention and care. At the same time, the public sector will not suffer at our hands. It cannot be neglected. A large part of the country's saving has been invested in the public sector enterprises, and it should be our first and foremost duty to see that they work well and provide the resources for future growth. It is of the utmost importance to see that efficiency and profitably increase very rapidly in all ways. Our basic approach, however, is that in a poor mixed economy, all the sectors should be enabled to work well in order that they may provide more resources for further growth. Referring to the modifications which I have proposed in the finance bill and the further concessions which I have allowed, the leader of the opposition has placed a most extraordinary interpretation on it. He says that I have mauled my own budget and that this is a proof that it was carelessly prepared. I wonder whether the leader of the opposition has forgotten the time when he himself was the finance minister. While moving the finance bill, he himself made modifications in a similar manner and allowed concessions. I have only one comment to make. We are a government which believes that it is necessary to be responsive to genuine grievances of the public, and it is our duty to examine with great care submissions made in the House as well as by citizens and taxpayers. I have spent a great deal of time and energy in this process. My doors have always been open and wherever I have found that a change is genuinely required in the public interest, I have not hesitated to make it, and I have not stood on false grounds of prestige. Sir, we are conscious of our responsibilities to the common man and the poorer sections of society. I believe that it is our responsibility to ensure that all productive assets in this country are used efficiently and fully so that production may be maximized, so that there may be adequate availability of consumer goods, so that prices may be stabilized. This can only be done if all sectors of the economy are encouraged to grow, to develop, to invest, and to produce. I shall deal with one other matter that has been touched upon in the course of the debate. Some honorable members have expressed their views about one of my proposals. I have proposed that industrial companies may be exempted from the obligation to pay dividends, but some honorable members have expressed the view that it will only benefit monopoly houses. I may assure them that their view is not correct. Let me make it clear that this is a very desirable change. It is possible for some persons to avoid personal taxation by using the name of the company. I may inform the House that my only object is to prevent this. It is with that object in view that I have made my proposal. Stop.